30 seconds here.
One of the Canadian news services is carrying it.
Yes, I was talking to one of them outside. This is turning into a big story.
Sure.
Please, you're standing right in front of the camera. Would you please take your seats? It's almost airtime. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I want to cut this line here from the statement.
No. You got to keep that in. That's a legal comment.
Well, all I want to do here is to clear Anna's name and protect Camellia as much as I possibly can.
All the more reason for you to leave that line in.
No questions.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, everybody?
I notice a member of the Canadian press has joined us.
10 seconds airtime. Everybody prepare. Okay, you ready? 10 seconds. Good morning. This is Tiffany Hill with a special news broadcast in which Duke Lavery will make a statement concerning the recent news events involving him, Camellia Mackay, and Port Charles Chief of Police Anna Devane. We had exclusive coverage of the Anna Devane Duke Lavery wedding, which was to have taken place yesterday. To bring you up to date, we shall open the special newscast with highlights from what really took place here at Duke's Club yesterday.
Repeat after me. I, Duke Lavery, take you, Anna Devane, to be my wife.
Take you, Anna Devane.
There they are. We got it. Two murders, right, Lavery? Even more. How many
That was yesterday. In the interest of fair play, this television station will present Duke Lavery, who will read a prepared statement to you and the attending press.
Thank you, Miss Hill, for giving me the opportunity to make this statement to your audience, and to members of the press and the news media. I will take questions at the end of this statement. I am aware that what I say can be used to bring charges against me, but I feel that it's important for me to set the record straight. If there is a trial, the hard facts about the death of Evane Jerome will be a matter of public disclosure. Evane Jerome tried to rape Camellia Mackay. In trying to defend herself from his attack, she struck him with a candlestick. It was an act of pure self-defense, but the trauma was so great, she'd experienced total amnesia about that moment and the hour or so after. Up until a day ago, Camellia had no memory of that tragic night in her life. There was no cover-up as far as she was concerned. My God, you think if she'd known about that night, she'd have helped the Port Charles Herald delve deeper into this tragedy, do you?
We wonder.
No, it was my secret and mine alone as far as my family was concerned. I never knew that my father had made a deal with Evan's father to avoid mob warfare. I still don't know the particulars of that deal.
He really doesn't care about himself, does he?
He cleared you.
Don't deserve it.
And now for Anna. For well over 6 months now, Chief Devane was aware that I...
Anna, you must say and listen what he says about you. Sit down.
Time and time again, she asked me to... She implored me to share the secret with her. If I had told her about Evane Jerome's death and how I helped to conceal it, I would totally have compromised her.
How can we be sure that you didn't tell her?
Don't you realize that I love this woman too much to ever compromise her?
As it stands, don't we only have your word that Evane Jerome attacked Camellia Mackay first?
That will be proved to the authorities if and when they prosecute me.
Anna Devane jailed you before for lying about mob involvement. Why should we believe you now?
You will hear the same statement under oath if it comes to trial.
Have you notified the Canadian authorities where the body of Jerome can be found?
There has been no time to do
May I
that.
suggest that Anna Devane knew about the crime and you were marrying her so she wouldn't have to testify against you?
That is a damn lie.
So you concealed the crime to protect your sister. Only we hear now she wasn't your sister. But was she your sister or what?
At the time, I thought she was my sister.
Well, did Anna Devane know that her sister wasn't a sister?
Why wasn't Angus Mackay's death
Ladies and gentlemen,
another cover-up?
No. Ladies and gentlemen, this press conference is over. Thank you very much.
To a special news broadcast in which Duke
Lavery made a statement clearing Port Charles Chief of Police Anna Devane of any involvement in a cover-up, and in which he revealed that the murder in Lorleans was in fact an act of self-defense. I'm Tiffany Hill, and this has been a special
special news broadcast for WLPC. We now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
He put across two very important points. You acted in self-defense, and Anna Evane had no knowledge of what happened in Orleans 4 years ago.
He took all the blame.
Yes.
What have I done to him?
She can't talk to anybody, Philomena.
I'll disconnect for a while.
He cleared you, Anna. Everybody you know will believe him, and a lot more.
Oh, people will remember the unanswered questions.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. People like believing the worst. Like the question, was he marrying me just so that I wouldn't testify against him? People want to believe the worst. It helps them with their own lives. In a strange sort of way.
Well, I believe in amore, and I think that Anna and Duke are going to make it through.
Philomena's right.
Okay, guys, can you get that back down to the station, start editing it for the evening news? You did a great job. Thanks.
Thanks.
Well, it was a nice try.
Oh, Jake, it was a disaster. You know, the worst thing about this is I have to put something on the evening news or it's going to look like I've whitewashed the entire affair.
I know. Thanks.
Surprise.
Hi. Newspaper isn't set to wrap garbage in. It's sickening what they're doing to Duke and Anna.
Freedom of the press works two ways, my dear. You have the freedom not to buy that rag.
True.
I was getting a deposition signed. Somebody in traction. I thought I'd stop by and give my lovely wife a lift home.
Well, that's great. Give me 2 minutes to clean up this chaos, and I'll be right with you.
You got it.
I heard about Duke's press conference. What happened?
What a mess. I tried to convince him not to go through with it. He wouldn't listen. In spite of his good intentions, he made it worse.
Oh, Jake.
He's between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't want to incriminate Camellia, but on the other hand, he wants to protect Anna. In order to protect Anna, he revealed what happened in Canada 4 years ago in order to protest Anna's knowledge of it. So much for protecting Camellia.
I don't believe Anna's rotten luck. It's so cruel. Just in the middle of her wedding vows and her entire chance of happiness is totally destroyed.
Yeah, it's rotten.
Tell you, the first time you died, now this. I think you and I are very lucky to have each other.
I think so, too.
What's going to happen to Duke and Camellia?
Odds are they'll get extradited for charges of murder and charges of covering it up. By the way, Duke asked me to represent Camellia if it ever came to that. Of course, I can only offer advice. I am not in the Canadian bar.
Is there a possibility that Camellia can be convicted of murder?
Oh, yes. Not likely, though. No, if she's charged with anything, it'll probably be manslaughter. From what I can see, it's all self-defense.
Oh, well, thank God for small favors.
It's Duke I'm worried about, Bobby.
Duke had absolutely nothing to do with that horrible man.
He was an accessory after the fact. He knew about it, and he didn't report it.
And for that, he's in more jeopardy than Camellia?
I'm not an expert on Canadian law, but not reporting a death, accidental or otherwise, is against the law in any civilized country.